Hello guys and welcome back to our channel Barcaadmirers, and today's episode, as you can guess very well, is about the first game of the season for Football Club Barcelona, and we started it off with brilliant intensity. Tonight, I will be discussing with you the proceedings of our Laliga opener, and may I say this, the team did impress me, but they almost gave me a mini heart attack towards the end. To be very honest guys, I was just as nervous as you all were. It was the first time in 19 years that Barca began the season without the name of Lionel Messi in their starting lineup. It was a whole lot different without the greatest player of all time in our squad, but on the positive side, the fans were back in the stadium, at least some of them, 20,000 to 22,000 approximately, and they were ready to show their wholehearted support to the team. The first real threat on the opposition goal came as early as the 30th second of the game when Braithwaite was sent clear of the last defender with a brilliant through ball from the midfield by Frenkie de Jong. The intensity and pressure was very much clear from the very first minute itself. In the first 10 minutes or so, our team kept up their high attacking intensity as the likes of Antoine Griezmann and Memphis Depay piled on the pressure on Real Sociedad's goal. Griezmann put in two back-to-back quick-fire headers, one of which hit the crossbar. The Frenchman was so close on both occasions and very well could have given us the early lead in the game. The midfield, comprising Frenkie de Jong, Sergio Busquets and Pedri Gonzalez, seemed to be working quite well, while as far as the defense sector was concerned, the Eric Garcia and Gerard Pique combination was putting up quite a solid resistance to the oncoming threats. Barcelona soon got rewarded for their perseverance. It was in the 19th minute that Barca won a free kick on the right side of the penalty box, about 30 to 40 yards away from the goal. Memphis Depay delivered a textbook cross straight into the box for veteran Gerard Pique to nod it in with his head, giving the goalkeeper absolutely no chance to save it, and up we went by 1-0. Ultimately, it was only fair that the man who helped the club register its new signings by taking a heavy salary reduction scored the opening goal of the season of the new campaign and a new era without Messi. Barca very well kept on the pressure, and Memphis Depay almost scored his first competitive goal for Barca in the 24th minute when Braithwaite crossed the ball in from the left flank. Memphis's shot was collected at point-blank range by the Sociedad goalkeeper. I tell you guys, I absolutely love the directness of the play displayed by Barcelona in this La Liga opener, especially by Depay. It was around the 27th minute when the Dutchman saw the goalkeeper way off his line and decided to lob it in from about 45 yards out. Unfortunately, his move was predicted and the opposition shot stopper retreated back to his line to collect it. By the time the referee Hernandez had blown his whistle for the first drinks break in the 31st minute, Barcelona had very much kept Real Sociedad contained in their own defensive third. In my opinion, that was one of the best 30 minutes of play I have seen from Barca in the past 1 year and a half. Of course, as expected, Pedri was attracting a whole lot of fouls on himself. But it's quite normal considering his style of play. He likes to keep the ball and keep it glued to his feet and carry it forward, pulling the defenders out of their positions while creating spaces for the likes of Griezmann, Depay and Braithwaite to run into and exploit. I will be honest with you, I really thought that this kid would probably not be able to maintain his form, especially after such a long and demanding season. But here he is, being his usual impressive self and showing almost no signs of fatigue. This guy is an absolute belter of a footballer. By this time, the defense, which quite truthfully was concerning me the most, had already been called into action on quite a few occasions. It was around the 40th minute that David Silva delivered a brilliant through ball to Oyarzabal, and our very own Eric Garcia rose to the occasion. He made an absolutely crucial block on the right side of the penalty box to prevent a decisive cross from the Sociedad forwards from going in. I gotta say, that was some real solid defending by the young Spaniard who has just won the Olympic silver medal in Tokyo and was handed his first competitive start in Barcelona. Only about 3 minutes later in the 43rd minute, Braithwaite saw his cross blocked by David Silva and it enabled the team to put further pressure on the opposition with a free kick just on the edge of the penalty area, in a position very much similar to the one that they had scored the first goal from. Depay and Jordi Alba planned to take a cheeky free kick, but of course, the short pass from the resulting kick was intercepted and the set piece opportunity was wasted. Very fortunately for us, that did not quite matter, as only about a couple of minutes later, deep into the added time of the first half, Martin Braithwaite scored from a brilliant header. Sergio Busquets seemed to be holding back a Real Sociedad player in the build-up to that goal, as Frenkie de Jong snatched the ball from him and delivered an absolutely inch-perfect high cross from the right flank, which the Danish forward slotted away beautifully in the back of the net with his head, once again leaving the goalkeeper totally helpless. That was basically the final piece of play in the first period, as the referee called for a pause in the proceedings and the home team went into the dressing room well ahead, owing to a solid display in all the departments. Barca began the second 45 minutes with almost the same intensity as they played with in the first half. Arthur Griezmann even put the ball away in the back of the net in the 47th minute after Frenkie de Jong set him up beautifully in front of the goal, but unfortunately the Dutchman was already offside by almost a yard when he received the through ball from the middle, and the assistant referee made no mistake by cancelling that goal. The men in blue and white tried piling some of the pressure back on the Blaugrana around the 50-minute mark as they launched a series of well-coordinated attacks on Luis Neto's goal. Fortunately for our defense, the finishing touches were well off the target. Sergio Busquets, of course, picked up a booking around the 57th minute, but the Spaniard did appear to be very calm about it, as he always does. But then again, we did not have to wait long before the third goal came in the 59th minute, when Memphis and Gerard combined beautifully on the left flank with a series of 1-2s, only for the left back to put the ball inside the box brilliantly. The initial cross was intercepted by a rather frustrated Sociedad defense, but the clearance did not travel very far and it fell kindly at the feet of Braithwaite at the edge of the penalty area and knocked in the rebound into the back of the net with relative ease. By the 65th minute, Barcelona had already registered 7 shots on target as compared to just 1 by Real Sociedad. Being so dominantly in control, Ronald Koeman just decided to step it down a bit as the team started playing the ball around the pitch amongst themselves and running down the clock. Appreciable step by the manager, as I would say. When you're already up by 3 goals, you don't need to keep pressurizing the opposition. The Dutch manager even decided to give the new signing, the Brazilian right-back Emerson Royal, and of course Sergi Roberto some minutes by taking off Serginho Dest and Frenkie de Jong in the 70th minute. Notably, in the 72nd minute, Pedri Gonzalez received the ball right on the edge of the circle, from where the youngster did not hesitate to shoot with his left. There was enough venom in the strike to force Alex Ramiro to parry it over the bar. Unsurprisingly, by the time the second drinks break was called in the 75th minute, Barca had launched 20 attacks in total on the opposition goal, 10 of which came from the left-hand side itself, while 6 came straight down the middle. Memphis, of course, was operating in somewhat of a free role, as many of you guys might have noticed him switching flanks regularly and drifting inside onto more of a central striking position, while sometimes even dropping back to contribute in the midfield. In short, I believe it was overall a pretty much convincing performance from the new signing. Just before Ronald Araujo came on in the 82nd minute to replace Eric Garcia, Barca blew the chance of keeping a clean sheet in the opening game, as Sociedad scored from a rather open position. It soon turned from bad to worse in the 85th minute, just 5 minutes from the end of regulation time, as Real Sociedad scored the second of the night from a brilliant direct free kick. Of course, the free kick came from a rather non-existent foul, for which Nico Gonzalez was even shown a rather meaningless yellow card. But at this point, I'll be very truthful with you, the possibility of bottling a 3-goal lead was very well creeping into my mind, especially when I saw Clement Longley warming up. However, thankfully for us, in the first minute of stoppage time, Martin Braithwaite ran all the way up the pitch with the ball stuck to his feet and delivered a precise low cross for Sergi Roberto to tap home from and restore the 2-goal cushion. The game ended after 5 minutes of stoppage time with the scoreline 4-2 in favor of Barcelona. Real Sociedad are of course a great team and they displayed occasional flashes of their brilliance, so in many ways there were many positives to take from this season opener. Our attacking department can be very useful. Even the midfield will work smoothly, but what still needs to be worked on is the defense sector. I really won't lie to anyone, but the Pique and Garcia centre-back combination worked quite well for us today. But the veteran defender may not be able to maintain this form throughout the campaign. It's therefore highly essential that a left-footed centre-back who is well equipped to play on the left side of the defence is brought in. The official MVP was awarded to Martin Braithwaite, and deservedly so. 2 goals and a crucial assist in the season opener, but in my opinion, both De Jong and Memphis Depay played exceptionally as well. However, what I loved most about this game was the directness of play that Barcelona displayed from the very beginning. This was something that our team had lacked for a long time, and now it seems to be back. Overall, it was a decent game, and I expect more of those in the upcoming season. So that's all for today's video, guys. I will see you all tomorrow in the next episode when we talk about the latest news updates and transfer roundups. Until then, guys, stay safe. Visca el Barça, Visca el Catalunya.